Knox Lady Bulldogs versus Mt Gilead Lady Indians.
Saturday afternoon game action on the way from Mt Gilead today, where the Lady Indians welcome East Knox into their house with intentions of kenneling the Bulldogs here on the reservation. It's live, it's free, and it's only on the OH Report. Coming your way next.
Knox is the third place I have delivered, and hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center, where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
K-MAC rivals Mt Gilead and East Knox have taken the hardwood for girls basketball league action on a Saturday afternoon. But what happens when an Indian squares off with a Bulldog? Let's find out together, right here and now. Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Mt Gilead High School. My name is Brian Skowronski, and we've got some live and free girls high school hoops on the way for you folks. But first, let's honor America with the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Mt Gilead High School. As members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association, East Knox High School, and Mt Gilead High School, welcome you.
Actually, looks like we have a couple of more seconds on that as you're taking a look there live at the Lady Indians down on the sideline. Looking to get some positive momentum flowing in their direction. Did pick up a huge win just the other night. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. So we have paid tribute to our amazing country and are now ready for one of the best things that we have, period, in the United States. That's sports, and more importantly, we've got live and free sports on the way right here and now. K-MAC basketball this afternoon takes us to Mt Gilead, and as mentioned, it was a big win earlier in the week for these Lady Indians. scalped Crestline pretty good. 59-18 was the final score in that one. The Dogs also coming off of a convincing win themselves in the Devil Dog game, where they took down their chief biggest rivals 65-50 earlier in the week. But before that, it had been a little bit of a struggle for Mt Gilead. Back-to-back losses for them after they had their hottest stretch of the season, 5 consecutive W's for the Indians before getting dropped in back-to-back contests by Fredericktown. Last Saturday, I was over here for that one and came down to the wire, but in the end, Lady Indians just could not make enough plays to come up with a big victory. And then for the Bulldogs, starting to find their stride as we're getting close to tournament draw. Folks, can you believe that is already tomorrow for the ladies? Bulldogs have won 3 of their last 4 games, and they get it done with scrappy play and defense. No really stars, per se, on this East Knox team that you would look at and say, hey, that girl can go get me a bucket at any given time. But they do have a lot of different players that do some nice things. Let's go ahead and meet the starting lineups for both sides. Here's who's going to be out on the floor first. Leaders for East Knox this season include Shanda Mielik, almost a dozen points per game. She also does some nice glass work, over 7 rebounds per contest. Alexandria Majors also works the boards, almost 5 rebounds per game for her. Doesn't score a ton, about 4 points per game. And then on the other side, Holly Goff, the leading scorer for the Indians, right around 13 points per contest. Candace Millisor, stud sophomore, close to 10. Also 8 rebounds a game she collects. And then Isabella Schroeder, 7 and 7 for her is what she averages on any given night. Here is Schroeder to tip it off against Keith, and she gets the back tap, and we are underway here on the reservation, where the Indians would love to get back-to-back wins this week, go into the tournament draw with something to impress the committee, if you will. East Knox sitting back in a 2-3 zone. They have their players down low come out and guard on the edges, so there will be threes aplenty available for Mt Gilead if they choose to shoot them, though this is not a good three-point shooting team. Just 22% from beyond the arc for the Lady Indians on the season. East Knox, very methodical offensive team. Not a ton of size, though, and Coach Chip joked with me before the game. She handed me a roster and says, you don't need heights, right? She said, don't worry, we're all under 5'7" anyways. So they don't really have anybody on the inside that you would say strikes fear in the heart of their opponent, at least when it comes to clogging the lane. There are some good-sized players, though, on the interior for the Indians, including Schroeder. As that one comes off, the rebound collected by Millisor. And we are still scoreless, just over a minute gone by here. Here's Pfeiffer. The second three here of the afternoon. Offensive board pulled down by Candace. Goff, nice look inside, but blocked. That was Keith getting a hand on it. An excellent take in transition. Alexandria Majors from coast to coast. Now here's a steal by the Bulldogs. It was the net coming up with the theft. Now they'll slow things down, get into a half-court set. Quick trigger, 3 on the way from Keith, back iron, but second opportunity created by Totten. Sets this up. Second offensive board, but 3 shots, no points here for the Bulldogs, as Mielik also was off the mark. Kampf gonna try one. And Mt Gilead still looking for their first points. Dogs looking to add to their lead, can't. Lefty Majors misfires there. Dogs looking for some options. Now they have to come up top. Keith elects to go away from the screen. Now to Annette. Another three is going to be launched. But everything off target here from long range. And like I mentioned, Mount Gilead not a good three-point shooting team. Neither is East Knox this season, but they certainly can do this in the paint. That's Millisor. Possession arrow is going to stay here with Mount Gilead after it was poked out there by the Dogs. Goff to trigger. Gives it to Schroeder. Quick first step in the lane. And good for two more. Back-to-back buckets now for Mount Gilead. Totten off the bounce, got cut off. Ripped away there. Pfeiffer coming up with the pick. Goff, lots of space, sends up a rainbow, but it comes out of orbit into the hands of Millisor. Candace doing some great work in the paint, and that's a nice take there by Goff. Last six have all belonged to the Lady Indians. Bulldogs work it down on the block. Turnaround J from Annette. Misses its target. Schroeder from the elbow, back out to Goff. She's going to pull it out. Bulldogs matching up now. Half court man-to-man. Goff all the way, spins it home. Goff now with back-to-back buckets. Last Saturday against the Freddies was held scoreless. So that's a great start for her. Little bit of space and capitalizing there. Laura Keith from downtown. Schroeder utilizing those long limbs. She's going to take the bump and head to the free throw line. It's going to be Majors whistled for the personal. First team foul against the Dogs. First foul of any variety against either side. Empty trip, though, at the line for Isabella, so the lead stays at 8-5. Shot over the double team, won't fall there for Keith. Somehow got it back, though, and capitalized. Down on the block, Pfeiffer going to get it right back out to Goff. Now Elson swings it. Great ball movement here by the Indians. They're going to set up Holly from outside, and she drops it home. Holly Goff starting to fill it here at home. 3 straight buckets for her. Goff has matched the Bulldogs all on her lonesome so far. It's EK 7, Holly 7, but that's going to change things right there. Pretty play, short corner J falls for Majors. So the Dogs get back within 2. Candace looking to change that, and she will. So after a slow start for both offenses, each starting to turn it up here. That one too strong. Majors was fighting for an offensive board, but it ends up in the hands of Elson. Heat check here for Holly. Off the mark, but Millisor is just killing it on the offensive glass right now. Shorter was able to save it back inside. Nice hustle brownie points there. And then Short on the offering for the shot attempt. So here come the Dogs, pushing the pace. Annette puts it up. Now down to 45 seconds to go. Fast-moving first quarter here at Mt Gilead, with the Indians on top by 5, trying to add to it right here. Elson blows by her defender baseline, but got her shot blocked. Keith met her rudely at the rim. And now she's going to try it. Quick trigger and bottoms up from downtown. Big shot right there. And here it was just a few moments ago as Elson tried to do the little mic drill, but not in Laura's house. So the Dogs with an opportunity to hold for the last shot here of the frame. Potentially tie or even go on top. Little two-man game, and the lefty from the foul line comes up short. Long rebound to Keith. She airmails it. And that is going to take us to the end of one. We're Mt Gilead right on top, 14-12.
Knox is the third place I have delivered. And hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
Second quarter action just about set to begin here at Mt Gilead in the battle of shades of purple, if you will. East Knox going toe-to-toe with the Tribe, and right now it's the Indians on top 14-12 through 8 minutes of action. They've got the ball to start things here in the second, and it's a new look defensively for Coach Chip's bunch, coming out in a 3-2 look. It's going to leave this open, and right now it's the Indians capitalizing. Starting to get hot from outside. That's Pfeiffer with the latest triple. Great take. Comes up just shy on the front iron. And it's one and done for the Bulldogs. Biggest lead of the game right now has been 5. Gompf looking to make it 8. No Skittles at the end of that rainbow. She is a volume shooter. Wide open look. Can't give Laura Keith that much space. Her second 3-ball here in the game. Already up to double figures. Got Keith for 11. Just checking in there is Kylie Irwin. Missed her first shot attempts. Milik saves it back in play. Now Majors had her pocket picked. Pfeiffer, end to end. Left-handed layup is good. Pfeiffer now with a quick 5 points here in the second. And Millisor got a piece of it. Leads to a turnover. Miller was able to track it down. Skip pass. Got Irwin down on the block. Spinning, draws a double. Now Goff gonna try another deep one, and this time she rainbows it home. Seven-point deficit now for the Bulldogs. Off the bounce, Mielik short-armed it. Rebound collected by Totten. Gets it back to Shanda, and I think maybe Candace got a piece of that one. Came up well shy. Millisore gonna try a three of her own. Nice rotation, but misfired. Majors pushing the pace. Excellent thread there to Totten on the run. Great transition basketball by the Bulldogs. But Mount Gilead, they've got the engine churning here at the offensive end. Been getting a lot of clean looks. This time it's tipped out of bounds, though, by Irwin. And a couple of Indians going to get into the mix. Elson back into the game, and we'll see the freshman Aubrey Thomas for the first time. Goff triggers. Poked away from Kylie. Backside Mielik playing some D. So they'll do it all over again. This time Holly comes to the corner. Millisore, no hand in your face, and hand down, man down, knocks it down. Mielik, quick acceleration. Ran into some nice help, though. Irwin came over. Ends up in the hands, though, of Annette. But she came up short, probably forced that one a little bit. It's now the Indians looking to add to their lead, and they will do just that. Downtown living large right now for Goff and company. She's got a baker's dozen. Tough shot. Somehow, some way, Mielik was able to bank it home. And that's poked away. Taken by Annette. They push it forward to Majors. Pull-up jumper. Too strong. Last touch, though, on the end line by Mount Gilead. So it'll be Bulldog basketball, who get Natalie Smith into the game for the first time. Here's the sophomore to inbound. Just get it to another sophomore. Wide open is Mielik. Misfires, though. And here's Madeline Nelson. 1-on-3. Alexa, slow it down. And then tipped in the hands of Holly Goff, who's going to send another bomb, and it explodes in the bottom of the net. Goff is running wild out there. Timeout taken by the Bulldogs, as they are now behind by a dozen. And Goff absolutely killing them. She's got 16 points, and boy, what a stark contrast from when I was over here last Saturday, where Holly actually was even like taken out of the game late. Just had low confidence in that one. Tonight, this afternoon I should say, just brimming, overflowing with it. Everything is finding its mark. She's up over her season average of 13 per contest, only shooting 19% from long range this season. I think she's got 4 bombs already. What a start for Mount Gilead. And I see Jenna Bowdenot out there, says, let's go Holly Goff, with a couple of purple hearts. Millie Sue also cheering on the Indians today. Carol Weiss says, go Bulldogs. And Sherry Irwin cheering on number 23. Also an Indian fan. Here's a freshman Thomas, coast to coast off the theft. This one, though, drops home for Maddie Annette. So the Bulldogs end the bleeding. But Mount Gilead right now in a zone offensively. Goff Gonna head to the free throw line. This one was close. So there's the nice catch. Good rotation there by Annette. She was moving her feet, though, on the collision. So it puts Goff on the line. She's a 44% free throw shooter on the season. Missed the first. Goff splits the pair, and it's a 13-point lead for Mount Gilead. Bulldogs with the rock. Down to 3 minutes to go here before the half. Keith lost the handle, but when she regained it, Majors came open right under the tin, and she delivers. Holly, quick burst, Euro step. Schroeder with the offensive rebounds. Put back off target. Millisor, another opportunity. And you see the Bulldogs are simply just outmatched in the paint. Like Coach Ship told me, everybody on the team under 5'7". So they are down in the trees right there against Schroeder and company. Tough to make your way through the forest. You can't see where you're going. Quick hands, though. And Josie comes up with the turnover. Quick trigger, Keith. Came up short, rebound to Thomas. Goff went right at the defender, took the bump. She'll go to the free throw line. She had Schroeder there. Dribbled in right behind her. Holly split the pair on her last trip to the charity stripe. And she comes up short on the first here. And it's deja vu as Goff goes 1 for 2. Big block shot there by Thomas from the weak side. She read that all the way. Running the floor. Mielik returned the favor. Got a little piece of her arm, though. Let's go back to the block shot here at the other end. Here comes the freshman. Whap! No chance. First shot from Aubrey. Lands where she wanted it to. And it gets so quiet in these gyms now these days, with about the 15% capacity during free throws. Millisor, man, I don't have an official count, but she's got to have probably 5 offensive rebounds here in this first half. Dogs were able to collect a turnover, but Mielik put the cart in front of the horse there. Annette tips it out, so it's going to be Mount Gilead ball. About 6 feet down from where they just were. Goff again to inbound, going to go up top. Schroeder. Turnaround jumper, and it's an air ball. Less than 2 minutes to go. Been a quick moving opening half. And Thomas might have got away with a little bit of a reach in there and then came over. The official says that block was clean, so 2 blocks now for Aubrey Thomas. Millisor all alone, and she knew what to do with it. Spins it home. 16-point cushion now for the Indians. Dogs in jeopardy of digging their own grave here in the opening half. Definitely be a welcome sight for Bulldogs fans if they could get this one to drop. Cannot back iron. And the board secured by Candace. She's having a great first half. Got to be closing in on a double-double, and then the skip pass to Thomas. Everything going right for the Indians. They're up to 41 points in the half. I think that's about their season average. Down on the block inside, great position. And the Dogs able to finish. Gomph let it fly. East Knox can hold for the final shot if they elect to. Doesn't look like that's the mentality here, though. Trying to get right to work. Totten couldn't handle it and just lets Elson go right down the lane. Terrible transition defense that time by the Dogs. And they're not going to get a shot off at the horn. That's going to take us to the end of two. What a performance by Mount Gilead. They lead at 43-25. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have some first half stats lined up for you guys. Intern Austin is in the building. Throw him on the mic. Let him break down the first half numbers for you. Get you ready for quarter number 3. Keep it locked and loaded right here. Live and free. High school hoops on a Saturday afternoon will return in just a moment.
Knox is the third place I have delivered. And hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
It's halftime here at Mt Gilead High School, where it was an offensive explosion for the Indians in the first half. They're over their season average already just through 2 quarters. It's a 43-25 contest as they lead it right now over East Knox. My name is Brian Skowronski. I'm going to welcome in intern Austin Michael now for your halftime stats. And you were tracking the numbers there, Austin. I mean, there's a lot to choose from, but what really stood out to you?
What really stands out to me is how well Mt Gilead is shooting from 3. They have 8 makes so far. I think they've attempted 14, and they're just shooting really well. They're taking great shot selections, and yeah.
Tell me about the offensive rebound disparity right now. Mt Gilead, they've been getting after it.
They definitely have. Number 10 on Mt Gilead has been just tearing them down, and they've been doing a really great job on getting those possessions back.
Any bright spots for East Knox that you can point to and say, hey, if they do this really well in the second half, they can get back into the game?
They've been getting a lot of turnovers off of Mt Gilead from just like getting in front of the passes. And if they definitely keep up the pressure in the paint, they definitely could come out with this win.
I know the Dogs here in the Purple Battle would love to try to get back into things, make it interesting as both squads are out on the floor here getting warmed up for quarter number 3. We'll go ahead and take one more timeout. We'll be back with third quarter action. Austin Michael, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Knox is the third place I have delivered. And hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center, where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care. Third quarter action on the way here at the home of the Indians, and boy, the home fans here in attendance so far have had a lot to cheer about. 47% shooting in the first half for Mt Gilead. They had 16 made field goals. East Knox, a little bit different story. About 30% for them from the field, so that number's got to come way up if they want to try to get back into this ball game. Right now, the Bulldogs trailing at the half by 18. My name is Brian Skowronski. I'm going to be with you throughout the entire game here today, including our post-game coverage, where we will have an interview with our player of the game. And there's a couple of players right now in the conversation. Holly Goff certainly trying to state her case. 18 first-half points for her, 11, though, for Candace Millizer, and I think she's almost got double-digit rebounds as well, so those would be the two top candidates in my eyes for player of the game, but still a long way to go. And hey, you want your business to be featured on our live streams? Text me, Brian Skowronski, right now at 970-629-0006 and say, I want to be part of Mount Gilead basketball. We still have a handful of live streams coming up, and your business can be seen by thousands. Plus, you can support your home team. 50% of all ad revenue goes right back to the Mount Gilead Athletic Department. So it's a win-win-win for everyone. Speaking of win-win-winning, Mount Gilead certainly wants to do that. Playing some defense here. Schroeder rotating. Patrolling the lane like RoboCop right there. Smashes it out. So Dogs the inbound again. Try to work it from side to side. Get an open look here for Totten. Pfeiffer was with her every step of the way, but this one falls for Majors. So the first two here of half number 2 belong to the Lady Dogs. Nice ball movement. Gomph unloads. Schroeder with the offensive rebound, and man, what a mismatch inside. Isabella doesn't even have to jump. Look at this. She just grabs the offensive board, tries to put it up. No jump necessary. Pfeiffer off the bounce, tries to set a screen here for Gomph. Ooh, Elson was wide open off that back cut. And now she turns it over. Threw it right to Majors. Totten lost her defender, but can't lose it through the bottom of the hoop. Somehow was able to strip it away from Schroeder, but then got her shot blocked as she went into the paint. And that has been a storyline here for the Bulldogs, certainly undersized in this matchup. They have not fared well when they have tried to go in amongst these Mount Gilead trees. Jump ball is the call. Possession arrow, gonna send it back the other way. East Knox sending a new defensive look at him here. Now they lose the rotation. Lots of confusion. Schroeder with the offensive rebound. Quick trigger on the turnaround jumper, and it's off the mark. So a slow start here in quarter number 3 offensively. 2 total points in 2 total minutes. And that's where it'll stay. Millisor with the rebound. And now Elson sends one and splashes it home. Madeline Nelson now with 5 points. Not a wise pass right there into traffic by Annette. And it's taken away by the Indians. Schroeder can get off her shot anytime she wants. Millizer, though, cleaning up the miss. Biggest lead of the afternoon for the Indians. Can East Knox try to put some pressure on them? That would have certainly helped. And we're going to get a foul over the back on the tip out here. Take one more look. Milik blocking out. And Candace had to go over her back. Great look off the inbound. Milik missed it though. Now Gomph right down Main Street.
missed it. Dogs trying to work that right side. No one over here on the left-hand area. And that shot a little bit rushed there by Shanda Mielik. So the shooting woes continue here for the Bulldogs. Here's Mielik, though, off to the races, galloping back the other way and drops it home. Second basket now for Shanda Mielik. And the Dogs are going to force another turnover. Getting scrappy here at the defensive end. Just a matter of, can they get it done offensively? That would have been a nice putback there. Clean look by Annette, point blank range. And then Candace with the spinorama. Off target with the shot attempt. So back and forth we go. Another quick shot by the Dogs. And not even close there for Josie Totten. Timeout called. Indians want to talk things over. It's gotten a little bit sloppy here in the third quarter after back-to-back buckets by Mount Gilead. Not much has happened for either side in a positive fashion. Remember, you can shoot me a text to 970-629-0006 and say, I want to be part of Mount Gilead basketball if you would like your business to be featured on our live streams. A lot of great sponsorship opportunities on the OH Report, including our Player of the Game, scoreboard, instant replays, and commercial slots. Pretty much all are available for our Mount Gilead games. Indians out of the timeout. Didn't get their first initial look what they were trying to produce out of their offense. Now finally a whistle is blown. We're going to get a foul. It's going to go against Totten. First team foul against the Bulldogs here in half number 2. They got the tip and they've got another turnover. East Knox is doing their part, at least on the defensive side. It's offensively where they've really struggled. Dogs have just one player that averages in double-figure scoring, that being Mielik. Here she is with the rock. Quick first step. Had it poked away, though, by Pfeiffer. And they say last touched by Shanda. Every possession so valuable offensively for the Bulldogs right now in this large deficit. Down by 19, but man, they are turning over Mount Gilead just about every time down the floor. Just need to start capitalizing to try to make this a game. They'll at least get an opportunity at the foul line, and Net's headed there. Fouled on the shot attempt by Grace Shipman. That was the first free throw attempt of the game for East Knox. If you can believe it, Mount Gilead wasn't whistled for a single foul in the first half. But it's an empty trip, so they didn't do much with it. Lead remains at 19, but unbelievable. How many turnovers we got from Mount Gilead in this quarter? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. in 5 minutes. With those 6 turnovers, though, East Knox has come up with approximately 0 points off of them. Actually, they got 2. Mielek did have the one fast break. Here she is working the offensive glass. She's going to head to the free throw line, and 1 for Shanna Mielek. And a little bright spot here for the Lady Dogs. And East Knox now 0 for 3 from the foul line here this afternoon. Gambling on the play, but it didn't cost East Knox as they're able to recover. Now here's Holly, left-handed dribble, skip pass, Scott Elson. Long 2. And let's take a look here. Not really sure what happened. Majors tripped over her own shoestrings. That's why you got to get a nice, tight tie. Got to get those bunny ears. Here's Irwin fresh off the bench. Instant offense. Her first bucket. And Thomas, the freshman, also into the mix here. Mount Gilead looking to shake up the lineup. Offensive rebound. And Maddie Annette has 2 shots coming up from the free throw line. Dogs finally knock one down at the free throw line. And they get within 18. A buck 14 remains on the clock here in this third quarter. Goff off the attack, came up short on the shot attempt. Holly's been held scoreless here in the third after exploding for 18 in the first 2 quarters of action. Now she gets it to Irwin. Up fake. And tipped out here into the hands of Majors. Looking to push to the other end. Coast to coast she goes, and the floater is pure. Double figures now for Alexandria Majors. Excuse me, she's got 6. Nice pass and transition and back-to-back buckets now for the Dogs. It was Keith on the receiving end. And this is as close as East Knox has been all quarter long. Milizer nearly traveled with it. Now a bad pass off target from Melson to Irwin. So the Dogs potentially here can get within about 12 as there have been 8 Indian turnovers in this 1 quarter. Quick trigger, Keith. Tapped out by Thomas. So still just over 6.5 seconds here for East Knox to work with. Mielek jump stop. Banks at home, so East Knox trying to make things interesting as we are at the end of 3 and the Bulldogs have trimmed the gap all the way down to 12. Take a timeout. We'll be right back. 4th quarter action on the way live and free on the OH Report.
Knox is the third place I have delivered. And hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
Fourth quarter action just underway here at Mt Gilead. And we've got a foul to open things up. This is going to go against Gompf. It was Annette who went baseline. Picked up the personal. Looked like a shooting foul to me. Official says otherwise. So the Dogs will have to inbound, and it's kicked. Big third quarter for East Knox there. Outscored the Indians 13-7. Forced 8 turnovers. And now they get the deficit down to 10. Gotta love the scrappy mentality of these Dogs. Never say die. Looked like they were gonna just get blowed off the map. Instead, they calmed down. Played really well over the last 4 minutes in the third quarter. And you got to say that they're right back in it, but Elson breaks a nice long scoring drought for Mt Gilead there. Pretty drive, but right back the other way. Keith matches her. Millizer, nice up fake, gets by her defender, finds Irwin. Pretty play there by the sophomore. Second made field goal for Kylie Irwin. Lead pushed back up to a dozen. And Gompf gambled right there. Picks up her second foul here in this fourth quarter. Second personal overall. And I believe that's going to put the Lady Dogs on the free throw line. That was the last foul to give. It's going to be a 1-and-1. And Laura Keefe on the free throw line. Junior looking to go 2 for 2 on this trip, and does just that. Back down to a 10-point margin. And you can tell momentum certainly has shifted in favor of the girls wearing the purple uniforms. Just a little bit hungrier. They got more pep in their step at the defensive end, and that's because the game plan's working. Bulldogs force another takeaway. And they've been playing a little bit better here at the offensive end as of late. That an ill-advised pass, though, to Milik. And it makes them pay at the other end. Here's Candace Millizer, left-handed finish. Timeout on the floor. 6:06 to play. 56-44 lead right now for the Lady Indians. Looking for their 14th win of the season. 8th win in KMAC play. Currently sitting in third place in the league standings. I believe 8 wins would tie them with Fredericktown, who is in second. Lady Freddies, though, in action as well today. It's going to be a fun fight to the finish over these next couple of weeks in the KMAC. For second place, at least. I believe Cardington Lincoln has already locked up like their 20th straight league crown. Those girls are ridiculous. Mielik too strong off glass. Follow won't go, but Annette was there. Had her back. And you see, I just heard Coach Scott say nobody's blocking out, and, well, there's the video evidence. Missy Bailey Michael says, wow, are you seeing a comeback? Well, the Dogs have been able to trim it down to 10 like they did right here on a couple of occasions, but have not been able to break through and get it to single digits as of yet. So give credit to Mt Gilead for not allowing East Knox to get it trimmed all the way down as the friendly bounce finds its way home there for Goff. That's her first points here in the second half. Dogs going to maintain possession inbound in front of their own bench. Majors to trigger. And letting it fly there was Keith. Another offensive board by the Dogs. Totten missed everything, but another opportunity here. So East Knox, as much as they're outsized in the paint, they've been winning the battles right now in the lane here in the second half. Sophomore misfires on the first. She's got 10 points. And she's going to stay there as Elson tracks down the loose ball. Great pressure by the Dogs. Burst the Indians' pipes yet again. Reckless play right there. Totten went flying out of bounds. Just a little bit of chaos overall on that possession for East Knox after they came up with the takeaway. But what's most important here for EK is just staying after it at the defensive end. Schroeder saves it back inbounds, able to collect it. She's going to put it up. Boarded by Keith. Mielik with the setup. Totten jump shot off target. And Elson can't collect. Big block in the lane there by Schroeder. She's a couple blocks here this afternoon. Great feed. Schroeder bricked it. Second opportunity came up short too. This is a beautiful setup you see here by Elson. Wide open. You can't get an easier look than what Schroeder just had. And just rushing the second shot. Fouls Mielik about 80 feet away from the hoop. And this is best case scenario here. If you're an East Knox fan, you're going to have 2 shots. No time comes off. And Shanna can make it a 10-point game once again. Second one spins out though. Irwin grabs the board.
11 second half turnovers now for Mount Gilead. Three ball. Again, off the mark. Kampf thought she got fouled there. I think she's got a pretty good case. Totten did get a piece of the ball. I think also got a piece of Holly's hip, though. Nevertheless, it's Indian basketball. Holly, sick pass, and Irwin puts it through. Big bucket right there. And now Pfeiffer comes away with it. Elson there to clean up the mess, and one. Ref says she got fouled. Let's see. I guess so. Second foul assessed to Totten. Just the third team foul for the Bulldogs here in the second half. And Madeline Elson finishes off the three-point play. And that might just put a big nail into the coffin here of the Bulldogs, those last two possessions. 5 straight points for Mount Gilead now. Back iron, Irwin with the block out. Earns possession for Mount Gilead. Elson drives the lane, sets up Kylie again. Now the kick out, Pfeiffer! Rains one home from three land. Put a little icing here on top of this victory for Mount Gilead, as it's just a matter of time. Under 2.5 to go. Milik, though, showing some nice touch. Deep two. Holly wasted no time answering back at the other end. Another long two-pointer. Pushes Gompf up to 22 points. Great hustle by Shanda. And how about the ball movement there? Left all alone. Josie Totten was the only player in the paint there. Majors checks back in here for East Knox. And Josie goes 0 for 2 on this trip. Kind of a crazy looking tie up there. Ends with Maddie and Ned banking it in. Millizer with the runner. Front iron. Irwin lost the handle, but right to Kansas, who sets up Pfeiffer. Boy, Mount Gilead really wanting to fill it up here the last couple of minutes. Quick offense with a 17-point lead. Nice hands by Gompf. Going down to her knees to keep it was a net. And now the pull-up, Jay rattles in and out. Another offensive board here. Totten and the putback. Holly sets up Irwin, who gets fouled on the floor. Another nice setup by Gompf. Holly, the top assister on the team so far this season. Halfway home for the senior, but no dice. As Coach Scott is going to unload his bench here, get some fresh faces, some youngsters into the mix. Kylie comes up empty on that trip. Not sure it's really going to matter. Dogs, though, race back the other way. Thomas with her third block shot. Hasn't played big minutes, but when she has been in here, Aubrey Thomas has had a great afternoon till about right there. Tough pass and forces Emma Miller to have to foul. Fans here at the home side not real pleased with that call. Down to 30 seconds to go. Mount Gilead gonna be a big winner here this afternoon. Make it back-to-back dubs for the Indians after suffering a couple of losses. It's just the 5th team foul, so Mount Gilead should be inbounding here. With all these young players on the floor, a little confusion. Just got to get 12.4 seconds in the books, and it's a wrap. Thomas with the look inside. Mount Gilead trying like heck to get in one more basket. But that is going to take us to the final horn. 68-54, Mount Gilead a big winner here this afternoon. Take another timeout. When we come back, we will wrap things up with final stats and line up an interview with our player of the game. I think it's got to be Holly Gumpf. A little bit of redemption for her this Saturday after a rough one last week, so we'll get the senior on the mic. Stick around for that. It's coming up live and free right after this.
Knox is the 3rd place I have delivered, and hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
back with our player of the game. It is senior guard Holly Goff who filled it up for 22 points tonight, most of those coming in the first half. Talk to me about the zone that you ended up finding there in the second quarter. You were hitting just about everything.
Yeah. I don't know.
How does it feel when you just know that you're going to release it and it's going to find its home?
It feels really good after I had a short, I had a dry spell there for about 5 games where I didn't hit much, and it feels awesome to have that back.
You were also setting up your teammates in the second half. Was that a point of emphasis for you? Was East Knox coming out more on you, and then you were having to dish it out?
Yeah, they were face guarding me, so I was looking more for my teammates to get them some points too.
And then you guys, second straight win for you after you dropped 2 in a row. How nice is it to just get the good juju going once again?
It's good. I was out those 2 games, so it feels good to be back and just back to our usual selves.
Yeah, you had mentioned that you were in a little bit of a slump when we were here last Saturday. Totally different story. I think you were held scoreless in that game.
I was sick in that game too, so.
So does this feel like a little bit of redemption a Saturday later?
Yeah.
And as we tournament draw is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Actually, you guys are going to find out what your tournament schedule is going to look like. I guess how big is it to get one last win to try to impress the coaches?
It's pretty big. I mean, we want to be higher up in the seeds, so.
Yeah, probably going to end up getting at least 1 or 2 sectional home games, I would imagine.
Yeah.
What are expectations that this team is talking about? What is your target goal once you enter into tournament play?
Win as many games and win a district semifinal.
And for you personally, since it's your senior year, this is your last opportunity to really leave a mark. Do you feel like you're playing a little bit more free, or do you actually feel some more pressure this season?
More pressure because I'm about to score my 1,000 points, so then there's that much more pressure on top of me. So.
How many more points until 1,000 for you?
I'm pretty sure I'm 36 away right now.
Okay, well, maybe we'll get that on the next live stream. Who knows? Holly Goff, our player of the game this afternoon, 22 points. One last thing, if you want to look into the camera and give a shout-out to anybody who's watching, now's your time.
I don't know. My grandpa.
All right, Grandpa. Hopefully you're watching. Holly, thanks for joining us. All right, we're going to step away one more time. We'll be back. Austin Michael is going to join me. We will close things up with final stats.
Knox is the 3rd place I have delivered. And hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
Back here at Mt Gilead High School, it's a nice win for the Lady Indians as they take care of business 68-54 over visiting East Knox. I'm Brian Skowronski, joined now by our star intern Austin Michael, who's going to break down these final stats with me. And boy, a lot of shot attempts put up here today, Austin, in particular on the side of the Bulldogs, but the shooting percentage really low. Indians didn't shoot it well in the second half, but they had enough cushion there in the first when they were just going off in the second quarter that they were able to kind of ride those coattails into a win.
Yeah, so the Mt Gilead Indians shot 22% from the 2-point range and then 53% from 3. Whereas the Bulldogs, it was 31% from 2 and then just 18% from 3.
Yeah, it's going to be problematic, especially when you dig yourself a big hole if you can't shoot a high shooting percentage, which neither of these teams have really throughout the year. But, again, you got to look back at that second quarter and the run that the Indians were able to put together, in particular with Holly Goff getting it done. I mean, that was huge for him.
It was very impressive. You know, the Indians came in to the second half just having 5 turnovers, and then they accounted for 11 turnovers there in the second half. And, I mean, they almost got it down to single digits, and I thought it was going to be pretty scary for the Indians, but they were able to, you know, get their starters back in and get that momentum going.
You got to give some love to the Bulldogs, who have that never say die attitude. They just kept battling, and even though they were outsized in the paint here this afternoon, only out-rebounded by 4 total boards. So even though the Dogs put themselves in a deep hole and they had to dig themselves out, I at least like the fight from them, even though they weren't able to get over the hump, never cut it down to single digits there, Austin.
Yeah. Malik, number 10, did a great job for East Knox tonight. She was a monster in the paint. But where the Indians really came out is they had number 11 Schroeder down in the paint, and, I mean, with a girl that tall, it's going to be pretty hard to grab those rebounds.
Yeah, her and Millisor also, who had a double-double here tonight. Those two were huge, and they're just big bodies, nice athletes on the interior that the Bulldogs don't really have anyone that can match up with them. So to wrap things up here, moving forward for Mt Gilead, I guess, well, what do you like about the makeup of their team, and how can they continue to have success with this roster?
I really like the makeup of the Indians. They have a lot of people who can score the ball, who can get good looks, and they just need to keep that momentum up. They need to be able to come out and, you know, just take the lead right off the bat. You know, I've only been doing this for a couple months, but I haven't really seen a team score 40 in the first half alone. So they're definitely going to be good in the playoffs.
Yeah, if they can do exactly what they did here tonight, get the early lead, but then keep it together in the second half. They can't give it away as much as they did against East Knox today, but it didn't end up costing them in the long run, as that huge first half lead where they were on top, 43-25 at the break, and then just able to coast through to the win here tonight, Austin. Any last words for you?
Shout out my mom.
Shout out to Austin's mom for always tuning in, always dropping us comments. We appreciate you and everybody that watched today's broadcast. We'd like to thank our crew as well, that being Austin, Michael, and then his new friend Spencer, who's been coming along and tracking some stats for us, so that's been nice. Jory Hollenbeck was running the camera. My name is Brian Skowronski. I've been talking to you all afternoon. It's been fun to be here. Lots of live streams going down still right now on the OH Report. You can check those out. Have one more going down tonight as well over at Crestview, where the boys are taking on New London. But for now, from Mount Gilead, we are out of here. Thanks for watching.